The German Chancellor was clearly satisfied with how the summit went. Her climate agenda met with less resistance than expected. We want to make sure that all countries are in a position to develop in a way that allows us to ensure the average global temperature does not rise by more than 2 degrees Celsius. We're committed to the 2-degree goal. The leaders pledged to phase out fossil fuel use over the course of the century and cut greenhouse gas emissions by 40 to 70% before 2050. There are big hopes the G7 agreement will help secure an international climate deal at a conference in Paris later this year. It's the second time Russia has not been a party to the meeting. US President Barack Obama pulled no punches in criticizing Russia's role in the Ukraine crisis. He said the G7 were ready to impose further sanctions on Moscow.
Russia is in deep recession, so Russia's actions in Ukraine are hurting Russia and hurting the Russian people. Here at the G7, we agreed that even as we will continue to seek a diplomatic solution, sanctions against Russia will remain in place so long as Russia continues to violate its obligations under the Minsk agreements.
Opponents of the summit were packing up today. Several thousand anti-G7 protesters took part in peaceful demonstrations over the weekend, but with 17,000 police in force to protect the summit, they say they struggled to make themselves heard.
The massive police presence has meant many people didn't dare go out onto the streets to express their anger.
Greenpeace had put on an eye-catching laser projection to demand action on climate change. The environmental activists praised the summit for making firm pledges to phase out fossil fuels.